The most powerful consumer model in existence just dropped today, and that is Fable 5, or I'm sure a lot of people are calling it Fable. And this is the consumer model version of what is considered to be Mythos that everyone has been waiting for. Mythos will only be released to enterprise and certain companies, whereas Fable is the consumer model that is safeguarded for consumer use. And from my testing so far, this is an amazing model. So today we're going to go through some of the benchmarks real quick. We're going to talk about the single biggest problem with this model. And then I'm going to be doing my Minecraft performance benchmark at the end of the video. So let's get to it. So here we are on the release page, and let's just scroll down to the benchmarks here. So these are the current benchmarks. I'm going to zoom in here so we can take a look. And this is Claude Mythos / Fable 5. And then in comparison to Mythos Preview, Opus 4.8, and GPT 5.5. And I think the biggest, most impressive benchmark here is the agentic coding, where it's sitting at 80.3% in comparison to Opus 4.8. That's only at 69.2, and GPT 5.5, that's at 58.6. Additionally, the agentic coding terminal bench 2.1 got a bump over Opus 4.8 as well as GPT 5.5, and it is right now the leading model in almost every single benchmark. And here's a quick little comparison chart of the agentic coding, and as you can see, it is leading all of these models. They put up Fable versus Opus 4.8 versus GPT 5.5. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is both price and availability. And this is not looking good for people that want to use this with a plan. So if we look at this here, it says the pricing is $10 per million input tokens and 50 per million output tokens. So that is double the cost of Opus 4.8, first of all. And in its current state, you can only use it with a pro plan, a max plan, team, or enterprise until June 22nd with those plans. After which case, you're gonna have to buy the extra usage on top of your plan. So that's not very good to hear from Anthropic. Essentially what they're saying is, we're gonna give you a little taste and we hope you like it so much that you're gonna pay us the really expensive API costs to actually use this model, and you're not gonna have access to it in any of your premium plans. So that is really disappointing to hear, and honestly, I think it's a big mistake by Anthropic. I know they're trying to make some money, but it's kind of the old bait and switch kind of thing that is a little bit predatory, and I don't think that it's going to bide well with consumers once they realize that they're going to be losing this model on June 23rd. So here it says on June 23rd, we'll remove Fable from all of those plans, after which it will require the usage credits. So if I go to my chat window, I'll show you guys also, it's saying the same thing here. Fable 5 or Fable 5, I'm not really sure how to say it. You guys let me know in the comments, but it's saying it is included until June 22nd. So this is included in your plan limits until June 22nd. After that, switch to usage credits to continue using it. So if we run down here, I've got some extra usage credits. That's just because they gave me some for using OpenClaw. But if we go down here, you can see how expensive this is. So if you want to use some of these like different usage credits, you can buy them in chunks and they are discounted, but at a certain point, you're going to have to pay like some absurd amount of money on top of your existing plan. So right now I'm actually just on the $20 a month plan, and I was even thinking about upgrading to the 5X or the 20X, but now it doesn't seem like there's much of a reason if I can't use the best model in the world currently. We'll see what happens when GPT 5.6 comes out. But if I can't use the best model in the world after that without buying additional credits towards my costly plan, then that's kind of a pretty big miss, I feel like, on Anthropic's part. And now real quick, let's try the Carwash Test. For those of you who are not familiar with the Carwash Test, you essentially use this prompt: I want to wash my car. The car wash is 50 meters away. Should I walk or drive? Now, most models have a hard time with this because they're like, oh, you're only meters away. Well, you should definitely walk. And a lot of models mess this up, but obviously you have to drive your car there to get it washed. So let's see what it says here. Let's go ahead and Yeah, let's just use the default on the high level and see if it gets this correct. It's thinking hard. Okay, there it goes. You should drive. Okay, that is a major pass on this one. That's kind of the point. Your car needs to be at the car wash, so it has to make the trip either way. Walking would just mean you arrive at the car wash without the car, which defeats the purpose. That is probably the best answer that we have seen with any model. So it passed the car wash test with flying colors. All right, so now for the Minecraft benchmark. So I had ChatGPT help me make a nice prompt. I have a different prompt I normally use, but I had ChatGPT help me with this prompt because I wanted it to be tailored specifically for this new model so it can produce the best possible results. So in Claude Code here, and I will share that prompt in the description below in a link if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. But it pretty much one-shot this, and it did it in about 20 minutes. So I shot the whole prompt in here. I used Fable with the extra usage in Claude Code, and then let it do its thing. It even went through and it used a preview process to check to make sure that everything looked good, that everything was working correctly. And I saw a quick preview of it, but I haven't actually tested it yet for myself. So let's see what it did here. So this is just an HTML. And the cool thing with this, it gave me all the different controls here. It's very similar to just basic Minecraft. And it should be an infinitely generated world. And wow, this is unbelievable. If you guys saw my other video on Opus 4.8, I was pretty impressed with Opus 4.8, but this is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen, well, I haven't, I've never seen a Minecraft generation this good. And let's just do some quick tests here. Yep, blocks, you can set blocks, break the blocks. I can swap, okay, by using my cursor on my mouse, set different blocks. The graphics are a little cartoony, but it does look like it is an infinitely generated version of Minecraft here. So yeah, let's see, let's keep going. And it does look like it is infinite. Let's test out the water real quick. And by and large, I mean, this is kind of unbelievable, really. Oh, and it looks like I did find one issue here, is I couldn't jump up. I had to break these blocks, and it doesn't look like the water's filling in there. But it did have the water physics. It was like slowing me down a little bit with a little bit of a swim. Let's see if I can find a deeper area of the water. And yeah, this is just crazy. Let's see if we can go underwater here. Okay, so it does let me go underwater. And okay, yeah, it does have like a swimming kind of thing going on. But I can't jump right here unless I'm on like that on land. So still has some things it needs to work out. But here's like a snowy area. This is unbelievable. This is honestly the best, and it pretty much just one shot this. This is the best version that I've ever generated of a Minecraft clone as a test. Because I like to do this test. It's kind of a fair test. I've done it with Quen 27B. I've done it with Opus. I've done it with Opus 4.8. And real quick, it's supposed to have caverns. Let's see if there's anything down below, like caverns down here. And doesn't really look like it. It is supposed to have some like openings, or maybe I haven't actually like found those caverns yet. See if we can get back up to ground level here. But yeah, this is honestly crazy. And with a couple tweaks, this could be like a fully playable Minecraft. I mean, obviously, you know, you'd have to like code in some like the tool use and stuff like that. But in terms of just like the generation so far of everything, and it has like kind of mountaintops and the controls all work and everything's loading in an infinite state, like this is unbelievable. Seriously. So I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this model until the date when it's gonna take it away from us, which I think is really, really unfortunate. I just think that they should just give it to us on our plans and make the usage fair. But you know, what's the point of paying for a plan if you can't even really use the plan, right? Like, you have to use the secondary model with the plan, I feel like the incentive to upgrade your plan is not going to be there. And the people that are already on the plan, like me, we might even end up canceling, because what's the point, right? Especially if GPT 5.6 comes out and we can use it with all systems. And I'm kind of hoping that GPT 5.6 is just as smart as Fable or Fable. Again, let me know down in the comments if it's Fable or Fable. And anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I'm be doing some more content like this. I've been focusing a lot on Hermes. I have a few different Hermes videos coming down the line. I have another video coming out this week on how to make some really nice websites with Codex and GPT 5.5. So stay tuned for that. So if any of that interests you, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, have a wonderful day.